Hey boys and girls, I want to talk with you again about distance and time graphs. So on this page, I have 5 situations, and we are going to look at the graphs over here and see which one matches what's happening in these situations, these sentences we're going to read. All right, so let's look at Tom. Tom ran from his home to the bus stop and waited. He realized he had missed the bus, so he walked home. All right, so remember these distance times. We've got distance from home. So we know he went away from home, and we know that he waited, which means he stopped. And then we know he went back home. Okay? So really, I only see one here that's showing me that he stopped and waited. Remember this straight line. And he went back home. So he was leaving home, waited, went back home. So I'm going to move that one right over here so I know it goes with Tom. Okay. Then if we're wanting to look at maybe which of these shows it, we've got our time and our distance. So remember that Tom stopped for a while. So his distance is going to stay the same for a little bit. So here we've got 0, then he was 40, 40, 40, 20, 0, heading back home. Here we've got 0, 10, 20, 40, 60, 120, going farther away, never goes back home. 0, 20, 40, 40, 80, 120. So there is a stop there, but then not a go back home. And then this one seems to continue to increase. So this is the only one that makes sense to go with Tom's situation. All right, let's look at 2. Opposite Tom's home is a hill. Tom climbed slowly up the hill, walked across the top, then ran quickly down the other side. Okay, so let's think about it. He climbs slowly, then he walks, then he runs. So we're really slow, speeding up a little bit, then running quickly. Okay, now remember, this says opposite of his home. So he's leaving home, never says he's going back home. And we can see in the graphs we have left, we don't have any that are headed back home anyways. So let's look at these graphs and think which one shows we're going slow, then we go a little faster, then we go even faster than that, okay? So kind of missed right here. This one does have a time where you're stopped. Okay, here, that does not look like the pace has changed here. So we've got this one and this one. And remember, we've got slowly, walking, then running. Okay? This one seems a little too wiggly for that. But we are climbing, walking, running. See how it gets steeper, steeper, steeper. So this is going to be my answer for this one. And again, if we look over here, we have this one where we stopped for a little while. We know we never stopped. And this one, we are increasing the whole time. In this one, we are increasing the whole time. Okay? But I noticed that here we went from 0 to 10. Here it goes from 0 to 45. Remember, this is a slow climb at the top, so this is going to make the most sense to go here with this situation. Okay? All right, so Tom skateboarded from his house, gradually building up speed. He slowed down to avoid some rough ground, but then sped up again. So let's think about it. Tom skateboards, building up speed, but then slowed down to avoid, then sped up again. So it never says that he stops. It says he slows down. So I know it can't be C. Then I look at A and F. Which one of these is showing me going really quick, slowing down, then going quick again? That's going to be F. Okay. Let's look at 4. Tom walked slowly along the road, stopped to look at his watch, realized he was late, and then started running. This is like me every morning getting ready for school. Walked slowly, stopped, then ran, right? So, again, we saw that this showed a stop in it. Slowly stop running. See how my line gets a little more steep when I start to run, or when he starts to run. So let's look and see which one of these would make the most sense for Tom. Remember, he's walking, then he stops. So it's going to have to be V because we see 40 and 40. He was 0, then 20, 40, 40, then 80, 120 when he started to run. All right, Tom left his home for a run, but he was unfit and he gradually came to a stop. He started off nice and then going down a little bit. So we can stick that right there. Okay. So you can see here with our times, he's going really fast. 0, 45, 80, 105, and then only 15 farther, then only 5 farther. So he is slowing down. His distance isn't as far. So I just wanted to review a few of those with y'all. Whenever you're looking at these graphs, stop and think about what they're saying. Use the things that you know and recognize really easily and ask, does it make sense whenever we're going through these?